It is the first edition of Ask an Oiler presented by Ford, and our first guest this season is Ryan Smyth. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, so this segment, it's your first time doing it. It's fan questions that they've submitted over the last few days. We're going to shoot those questions your way and see how you handle them.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right, here we go. First question comes from Shannon in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. She says, Ryan, how was the transition coming back to oil country for you, and in what aspects was it different from your previous time as an Oiler? And this time, was it more getting mentally prepared and not getting too caught up in the moment and staying focused, or did it just fall into place like you never left?
It's obviously a great question. I first of all didn't want to leave in the first place, but under the circumstances at that time, it was meant to be, and I experienced the other side. But I'm really extremely thrilled to be back, and things have changed a great deal. Not only a new locker room, new faces in there, new training staff, new coaching staff, young players, and a lot of tremendous upside for sure. And it's a great feeling to be back here. Oil country to me is home. I was born in Banff, so I mean this is my neck of the woods.
Cool. All right. Question number 2 comes from Samantha here in Edmonton. I am so glad that you're back. My question is, when you left Edmonton to play for other NHL teams, did you ever think you would come back?
It was always my hope, but obviously you're in the moment. You're playing. I was playing for the Islanders at the time. I enjoyed my time, the short period that I was there, and then my wife and I decided that we'd try a different avenue at the time of free agency, and signed with Colorado. And I didn't expect leaving there after 2 years, but to me, I think it was important to go and experience that when everything did fall that way. But being back and knowing that this is a hockey environment, I'm just my family and I are extremely excited.
How did those other, I'm going to ask you this, how were those other cities in terms of hockey markets? Because LA's been in the league for a long time. What kind of hockey city was that? And obviously Colorado has had some history at the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. New York, obviously the
Yep.
3 months I was there, it was a tremendous hockey city for sure. They've been in the Stanley Cup Finals. There's a lot of history there. Colorado, same thing. Joe Sakic, Adam Foote, experience playing with those guys, and Peter Forsberg. Great hockey market. LA was even a good hockey market. Great loyal fans there. Just different living for sure down there. And obviously the energy and the excitement here at Rexall, or even here in the city of Edmonton, it's tough to beat.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for answering my, fan question. All right, this next one comes from Carson in Sherwood Park. On average, how long and how often are your training regimens during the off season, and what are the key things that you include in your training?
It's a great question, because some people, every player is different. I like to take a little bit of time off and just let my body recuperate. It's a long season. You play almost close to 100 games, and it takes a toll on your body. So, excuse me, letting your body recuperate and cover, and then start up. Getting into whether it's biking or treadmill or whatever you do, cardio-wise, and then getting into the fitness side of with working out, whether it be in the gym or what. But and then get going skating in sometime in August, because you try to push that back as far as you can.
Right. All right. This one is a little bit different. If this is a little bit away from hockey, or it might not be, depending on how you answer it, obviously. But Vanessa from Sherwood Park asks, if you could spend a day with anyone throughout history, who would it be and why?
To me, family's the most important thing to me. They take a lot of my wife and kids. They don't get to see me a lot during the year, so if I could spend a full day without worrying or thinking about anything, it would be my wife and kids.
All right, good answer. Mark from St. Albert asks, what is the weirdest thing or item you've ever autographed?
Wow, there's a lot from St. Albert here.
Yep.
Or Sherwood Park. Favorite thing I've signed? Geez. I don't know. There's some unique things out there.
Yeah.
But I will just stick with, signing a jersey to kids that really look in awe to it and just say, they're very appreciative of it.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Fair enough. Mike from Saskatoon asks, Ryan, which defensive pairing in the NHL is the toughest to play against right now?
Right now, probably Suter and Shea Weber would be my guess. Ryan Suter and Shea Weber.
Who we saw not long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe in the past that you can remember?
Darren Hatcher and Richard Mavichuk.
Had a lot of battles with them.
A lot of them. A lot of battles. Back still sore.
Geez, and it's like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, this is going to be our last question. Nolan from Regina asks, hey, Ryan, great to have you back. This team feels like the classic Oilers again. Being a veteran of the Oilers and partaking in the finals with the team in 06, are there any similarities between that finals run team and the current rebuilding team we have now?
Yeah, the depth is for sure there. In 06, we had great depth. I see a little bit more youth right now, and I see more so on the rush going into the offensive zone right now compared to it was, back in 06. But I look at it, I look at it back in me watching the old Oilers, the Gretz, the Mess, the Koff, the Kevin Lowe's, the Currys. That's what I see, how I can relate in today from the past, for sure.
Okay, cool. Ryan, thank you for your time. Appreciate you doing this.
Thanks for having me on.
Ryan Smyth, Tom Gazzola for Ask an Oiler, presented by Ford.